2010. The purpose of this grant project is to investigate the effects of RT training on MA students' responses to English learning, especially in reading before and after the RT show. Next, move to Rubio.
To understand this study thoroughly, relevant literature and rationale are discussed in this chapter. RT influences students' language performance positives about 4 language skills: content listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Next, I'm going to introduce how RT can improve these 4 skills. First, RT and listening. In order to improve student language performance positives, RT can Second, RT and speaking. Students in RT are inspired to write. Third, RT and reading. The dialogue in dramatic activities provide students an authentic situation to communicate with each other. It makes students overcome their nervousness to speak expressively in a meaningful situation. Finally, RT and writing. Students in RT are inspired to write a script by themselves. To write a script, students should revise and modify their script. Thus, they can cultivate writing skills, such as summarizing, deleting, and editing, to finish RT scripts. Let's move to Yo-Yo.
Our methods applied research. We have 3 parts included here. First, the subject involving the study are introduced. Second, the mission to achieve research are explained. Third, procedure for study are interpreted respectively. Next, subject. In this study, we compare 2 kinds of implementing RT activities for 30 students in 3rd and 4th graders and 8 students in 6th graders of Cincinnati Elementary School. Regarding instruments are used to complete the purpose of the study. There are Anglia Assentis, junior level as a pre-test and a pro-test, and a pre-study or post-study questionnaire to RT for students. We choose Anglia Assentis junior as our pre-test and pro-test. It evaluates the students' ability between before and after training, and we compare 2 tests to investigate the effects of RT. This test is divided into 2 sessions: reading session and listening session. This part of the questionnaire presents students' responses to English learning. This part of the questionnaire indicates the effects of RT for students reading English books. This part aims to investigate students' responses to cooperative learning and explore cooperative learning on students' English learning. This study was designed to conduct into 44 days. First, we hung out pre-test of Anglia and pre-study questionnaires. Then the teachers distribute scripts. Second, 8 students rehearsed their script in 44 days. Then, students performed in the RT show. After that, we hung out pro-tests of Anglia and pro-study questionnaires. Then, we corrected the answer and scored the test. Finally, we collected and analyzed the questionnaires. This is our video in RT training. Let's move to review.
First, we designed the appropriate questionnaires. Tutors prepare the scripts then distribute it to different groups. They make students read it together in terms. Second, each group made a book, then distributed rehearse the scripts. After that, students perform their scripts. Next, we follow questionnaires. Finally, we analyze the response of questionnaires. This is our video in one-day camp.
I'm going to talk about results. The aim of this chapter wanted to show the study result and to investigate the effect of RT on English learning by the result of elementary school students before and after the RT show, and 30 students of one-day RT camp. Changes in English proficiency of the students. The aim of this section is to research the changes of students between pre-test and post-test, the student to the pre-test before RT and to the post-test after RT. According to this bar chart, we did not find any differences between pre-test and post-test. Comparison of the student responses. This section presents the student responses after 44 days RT. According to this bar chart, the mean score of pre-study was higher than that of post-study. According to this bar chart, the mean score of post-study was higher than that of pre-study. The resocialized RT could increase and improve the students' motivation of the reading English books. According to this bar chart, the mean score of post-study was higher than that of pre-study. The resocialized RT raised the student cooperative motivation. Comparison of the student responses between two groups. In this session, we will present the differences of survey between a student attending 44-day RT training, which is Group 1, and 30 students attending one-day RT camp, which is Group 2. According to this bar chart, the mean score of Group 2 was higher than that of Group 1. According to this bar chart, the mean score of Group 1 was higher than that of Group 2. Because this part is about reading the English books, the Group 1's older ages cause higher mean scores. According to this bar chart, the mean score of Group 2 was higher than that of Group 1's. Let's move to Amy.
Finally, in this graduate project, the conclusion is divided into two parts. First of all, according to the results, RT could improve a student's motivation of reading English books and cooperation. Secondly, we found that 30 students were volunteered to join the camp, so they had much more fun in the RT training, which can enhance their interest in learning English. Therefore, fostering the students' interest by means of cooperative learning and fun activities like RT is a good way to improve their English learning. Thank you for your attention.
请第四组上台，第五组准备。
Good afternoon, judges and audience. Today we will introduce Hakka culture. Our project is extending knowledge of Hakka culture to foreigners. We will introduce Hakka history, symbols of Hakka, and the 12 Hakka festivals held in this year. Now we are going to introduce our motivation first.
Thank you. Here's our